Hey there, Mary Sheila here, and I want to share with you 3 ways you can overcome your evening and afternoon cravings so you can set yourself up for success. Now, cravings are real, so I'm going to tell you these 3 things through a little story, right? So, yesterday I found myself at Costco and it was lunchtime. And even though I showed up there hungry and I had run a few more errands earlier, I wasn't worried about shopping while hungry and buying extra trigger foods because I brought my lunch with me. Before I left for a morning of errands, I packed up my lunch and my dog and I headed out for the day. When I got into the parking lot, I put on some good tunes, I pushed my seat back, put a napkin on my lap, and I enjoyed a delicious salad of roasted chicken, marinated beets, nuts, seeds, arugula, and this really delicious tahini dressing that I made. It was really perfect, it was super satisfying, and it was a really relaxing meal. And now, just to put this in perspective, oftentimes I have clients tell me that, oh my God, it's so hard. I just have so many cravings in the afternoon or evening when I get home from a long day, and I just end up eating more than I should. And I just wish I had made a different choice. And I completely get it because I find myself in that position too sometimes, right? However, when I start asking questions and I dig into what they may have eaten during the day before they got home and ate everything in sight, I find out that most people just are not eating enough during the day and they're not leaving the house prepared. Maybe they had a bar or a protein drink or a handful of nuts and seeds, or maybe nothing at all. And clearly, all of those choices are just not enough food. So, how do you set yourself up for success during the day so that your food cravings don't get the best of you in the afternoon or at night after dinner? So, the first tip I have around this is to front load your protein during the day. I say this all the time when I'm teaching about nutrition, and I totally stand by it. Make sure that all of your meals, but specifically your breakfast and lunch, have adequate protein. Protein is such a great blood sugar stabilizer. It takes longer to break down, and it provides the building blocks for serotonin, which is an essential neurotransmitter that helps to keep your cravings at a minimum. Okay, so make sure there's protein with breakfast, make sure there's protein with lunch. And I like protein that you could actually chew and eat versus liquid protein coming in shakes and drinks. Okay, it's going to make a big difference on how satisfied you feel after that meal. The next tip I want to give you is to take real food with you. Grab some leftovers rather than packaged snack foods. Snack foods are just things that are marketed to us as the only option while on the go, right? You have to have this little bag of these or this bar of this or this whatever, right? And they don't always hold you over like a real meal would. And sometimes, honestly, they're just glorified candy bars. I mean, if you really think about it. It helps to cook extras so it's easy to grab leftovers to take with you. And investing in a lunchbox, a small thermos for hot soups, and a few extra blue ice packs to keep your food cold on hot days can make a world of difference and really make it easy for you to stay nourished. And the last tip is have a plan. Even if you're not into bringing your own food or you don't have time for it or there's just nothing for you to bring, just know where you're going to stop, what you're going to eat, and most importantly, make sure you carve out time to eat it so you're not just eating while driving your car, which is very unsatisfying and actually really unsafe as well too, right? And when you're in the habit of doing this, you'll have less days of, oh my gosh, why did I just eat that? And more successful days, which means you're going to be feeling better over time. You'll probably sleep better because your metabolic hormones, they've stayed in rhythm throughout the day rather than cortisol spikes because you're hungry and high and low blood sugar swings. And you're also going to feel more successful at the end of the day, knowing that you treated yourself with loving kindness, choosing healthful and nourishing foods, right? And that makes a big difference to feel successful at the end of the day and ready for another successful day. So I would love to know if you have any tips or tricks that you like to use to stay nourished when you're out and about. Share below, subscribe to this channel, and let's get the conversation going because it's really important to continue to find solutions and stick to them that work for us, but they're also nourishing. They're not depleting that make us have more cravings later. So make sure you eat breakfast and lunch, bring your food with you, and have a plan. And have a really great day, and I'll see you in the next video.